Uh. Woo! Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act up. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool. Up in here. Hey guys, TGIM. Yes, can you believe I was actually playing DMX? Up in here. How old is that song? But thanks to Iyanla Vanzant's Fix My Life with DMX, and they kept playing that song over and over, like when they were transitioning back. I just had so many thoughts about how fun that song used to be. And I was like, I have to play it on my blog this week. They gonna think I'm crazy. I don't care. But anyway, hey guys. Don't act like you don't remember that song. Listen, back in the day when I used to go out and stuff, when that song would come on in the club, like people would go crazy. That was back in my clubbing days with my friends. You know, I don't do that kind of stuff no more. Thanks God for the change. But anyway, silliness aside. Hi all. First, I would like to take the opportunity to apologize for not having Kisha's Life Lessons blog posted last week. You know, I was actually in the midst of traveling. The week before, I had been in San Francisco, and then I went to Dallas. I was a wedding coordinator for one of my friends' weddings, and it was absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed it completely. Every time I go back to Dallas, I enjoy it, so it's not a surprise. But it was even more special because I got to see the union between Christy and Freddie, and they're such an amazing couple. So shout outs to you guys. But anyway, you know, I'm back now. So forgive me and let's move forward to this week. So hey all. So much to talk about, but you know, I really wanted to take the opportunity to have this video blog dedicated to restoration. You know, watching Iyanla Vanzant's Fix My Life with DMX, I don't know if you all watched it, but apparently a lot of people watched it because it was filling up the Twitter and the Facebook feed, and you know, I had to share my thoughts, of course. But you know, I wanted to take an opportunity to discuss restoration, soul restoration, for this week's video blog. You know, seeing him on TV, you know, and talking with Iyanla about, you know, his struggles. Well, I don't know if he was talking, but whatever. You know, watching the whole scene, like I will tell you, for me, I don't know about you, but it was an emotional roller coaster. Like, I cried, you know, wanted to hug him. Like, there were parts that were just like pulling me, gravitating me toward him, you know, wanting to just hug him and whisper a sweet prayer in his ear. You know, it's just, it's really difficult seeing people in pain, no matter who you are. DMX, you know, John down the street, it doesn't matter. I do not like to see people in pain, and you know that they need help and you want to reach out and help them, but they're not always receptive to it. You know, with him, I will say, like, I don't know his story. I just know what was portrayed, and I will say that I do believe that he's way more than what he portrayed himself as on television that day. I do believe that. I do believe that he has a God-given talent. I do believe that he has great word. You know, the things that I remember about DMX is not just his crazy lyrics and, you know, fun attitude like on his videos. I remember the prayers. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I remember the prayers that he would do like before or after his CDs, or like when he would have like an interview or something. And that to me always interested me. Like, I always had an interest in him because of that. Because I do feel like that song, Lord Give Me a Sign. I do feel that, you know, it's rooted in him. It's rooted in him. And I do believe that he will come, you know, to a total healing place. I pray for it. But aside from that, I want to talk about restoration. You know, it brought up a lot of things in my mind, because I've dealt with certain things, you know, trying to restore my soul. And I know people in my life who've dealt with it as well. And I want to dedicate this to them, those people who are unhealed. who have unhealed wounds. And, it's been suppressed by whatever that thing is that they use to cope. Some people use drugs. Some people use sex. Some people use shopping, like shopaholics. Some people, use like just belittling others, to help, take the pain away from them. And yes, I'm fluffing my hair. By the way, I got my hair done. Y'all like it? I'm ready for Dubai. Okay. Away from that. So, some people use, belittling others to help take the pain away from themselves, and my philosophy on why people do those things, myself included, because in the past I've hurt other people, and it's because hurt people hurt other people, or they continue a life of self-inflicted pain. They continue a life of self-inflicted pain until they're actually introduced to or they accept total healing. And until that person is totally healed, they go down that path of hurting others or hurting themselves over and over again. And, I do believe that's true. I've seen it myself. I've done it myself. And once you're healed, you're able to let go of hurting others or hurting yourself over and over again. And, I want to dedicate this to those who may still be struggling with that. They're not completely restored. Their soul has not been completely restored. When I think about restoration, I feel that there's only 4 steps that's needed in order to restore yourself fully. And I'm going to go on note and say it's not something that Kisha created. I didn't create these 4 steps. You can find it in the Bible in 2 Chronicles. Like, it's not me, but I'm going to quote them, which is number 1, in order for total restoration, you need to humble yourself. Number 2, pray. They always say push until something happens. That's pushing with prayer. Pray. Number 3, seek him. And number 4, of course, repent. 2 Chronicles 7:14, like you can go there in your spare time and read that. But that's basically where I got that from, the 4 steps of restoration. I feel like when you humble yourself and when you start to pray, and you pray unceasingly, seeking him, and then you repent for the wrong things that you've done, you will feel the process of restoration. I've seen in my life, where, and still to this day, like some of those people that I love dealing with unrestored souls. They haven't forgiven themselves, so they can't actually accept that someone else has forgiven them. They haven't humbled themselves for the situation that they're dealing with, and pray to him, and seek his face so they can overcome it, and it's really, really tough. I grew up with a parent who has been addicted to multiple things. We're not going to go down that road, but I know how it looks, and I know that, the intentions are not to hurt others. I know that the intentions are not to, make someone else feel less than. It's just such suppressed pain, and they're doing things to help them cope. And those people, for whatever reason, I gravitate toward more because, although they may not see it, I want them to know that someone's there, even if it's just to listen. Even if you just need a prayer, like I'm going to pray for you, I'm going to wish you the best. Restoration is such a hard thing to overcome. And it's with anything. It's not just, people who've experienced drugs or, addictions to certain things. When you've been hurt yourself, you kind of pass those things on unintentionally. And until you could actually accept that that's what's really happening, it's brought to your attention, then you can change it. But until then, you go through this life cycle of what I consider unnecessary pain. So I dedicate this to you, and I want to let you guys know that if you ever need someone to just pray for you, or you need some help on where you can find some guidance, I will tell you the best book in the world to go and read and get restored is the Bible. All right. So, that's just my little tidbit on restoration. And I really pray for those who need to be fully restored, who's suffering hurt from past, who are dealing with addictions, who, are just in a place of pain. God does have more for you. And peace will come to those who ask. Just ask for it. It'll come. So I want to wrap up by actually reading a poem I wrote back in, I want to say it's probably like 2005. Excuse the way I sound, by the way. I got like all of this nonsense going on the inside. Thanks to spring. I love spring. But now I'm dealing with allergies. Can't win for losing. But anyway, I want to end it with this poem that I wrote. I think it was back in 2005. It was actually when I was going through a process of restoration with my mother, and I had been studying philosophy and, I'm trying to understand the way the mind works and why we do certain things. And I wrote a poem about addiction and I want to share it with you guys. I haven't read it in a few years. So yes, I got to read my book. I can't just, give it by memory, but I want to share it and then I'll close off. It's called I Hate You Addiction. Addiction, my worst enemy. A continuous struggle while searching for defeat. I didn't realize I had you until I was shown your name. Now I feel belittled, bewildered, disgusted, and ashamed. I was introduced to you, and now I need you, and I can't live without you. I hate you because I made you, and I am the only one to blame. Addiction. How much I hate your name. But I will overcome you because through Christ, I can do all things. Thank you, guys. I read that at an open mic once, and I had a lot of people actually speak to me afterwards because it really touched their hearts, and I hope it touched yours. If you're suffering something or someone that is suffering with something, please share it along with them. Please post, Facebook and tweet your comments. I would love to hear more about it and stand in agreement with you and believing that you can overcome whatever that thing is and you can be fully restored to live your life fully and abundantly because He has so much in store for you. Don't give up. Don't give in. Know that you can and will win. Bless you all. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. Start strong to finish strong. Don't forget to reflect back so you can actually move forward. I wish you all the very best. Next week I will be taping from Dubai. I'm so excited about that because I will be going on vacation in just 4 more days. Thank the Lord. So make sure that you tune in for that. But I wish you all the very best. Wish you have a wonderful Monday and a fabulous week. Don't forget to send me your post and have a great day. Thank you all for watching Kisha's Life Lessons video blog. Bye.